Let's rewind to 2023. Blake Lively, the golden girl of Hollywood, was riding high. She's got Ryan Reynolds, her charming Deadpool star husband, 4 adorable kids, and a career that's made her a household name. When she signed on to play Lily Bloom in It Ends With Us, it seemed like the perfect move. The film, based on Colleen Hoover's massively popular novel about love and domestic violence, was poised to be a box office hit. Blake wasn't just starring, she was producing too, ready to flex her creative muscles. But behind the scenes, things were about to get messy. The trouble started during production. Blake, known for her hands-on approach, clashed with her co-star and director, Justin Baldoni. Justin, who also played Ryle Kincaid in the film, had been working on this project for years through his production company, Wayfarer Studios. He'd poured his heart into bringing Hoover's story to life, but Blake had her own vision. Reports suggest she wanted more control, rewriting scenes and pushing for changes that didn't sit well with Justin. One particular point of contention? A rooftop scene that Blake reworked, claiming it as her own, only to later reveal in interviews that Ryan had actually written it. Ouch. That revelation didn't just raise eyebrows, it sparked rumors of a power struggle on set. A press tour that fanned the flames. By the time It Ends With Us hit theaters in August 2024, the cracks were showing. The press tour was a disaster. Blake's interviews, filled with lighthearted banter about fashion and her hair care brand, felt tone-deaf for a movie tackling domestic violence. Fans noticed she barely mentioned Justin, who was out there championing survivors and keeping the focus on the film's heavy themes. At the New York premiere, Blake posed with co-stars like Brandon Sklenar and Jenny Slate, while Justin walked the red carpet solo with his family. He didn't even introduce the film. Blake and Hoover did. The internet exploded with speculation. Was Blake icing him out? Had she taken over the project? And what about those rumors that Justin had fat-shamed her by asking about her weight to avoid injury during a lifting scene? Social media was ruthless. Fans called Blake out for seeming dismissive of the film's serious subject matter. Reddit threads buzzed with theories about her mean girl behavior, and the backlash grew louder when reports surfaced that she'd commissioned her own edit of the film, sidelining Justin's team. By December 2024, Blake decided to fight back. She filed a complaint with the California Civil Rights Department, accusing Justin of sexual harassment and orchestrating a smear campaign to tarnish her reputation. The allegations were explosive: inappropriate comments, boundary violations, and a coordinated effort to paint her as the villain. For a moment, the public rallied behind her. After all, she was a woman in Hollywood calling out mistreatment, a story we've heard before. Justin's counterpunch, a lawsuit that changed everything. But then Justin hit back, hard. In January 2025, he filed a $400 million lawsuit against Blake, Ryan, and their publicist, Leslie Sloan, alleging defamation, civil extortion, and invasion of privacy. His 179-page complaint painted a very different picture. According to Justin, Blake had manipulated the narrative, editing messages and emails to make him look bad while hiding her own power grab. He claimed she'd excluded him from the film's premiere, dismissed his editors, and used her A-list status to steamroll the production. The lawsuit included text exchanges that showed Blake flexing her influence, and one name kept popping up: Taylor Swift. Enter Taylor Swift, the friendship that fell apart. Blake and Taylor's friendship was the stuff of Hollywood dreams. They met in 2015 in Australia, and their bond grew fast. Taylor featured Blake and Ryan's daughter James's voice in her 2017 song Gorgeous, and name-dropped their kids, James, Betty, and Inez, in her 2020 album Folklore. Blake brought her daughters to Taylor's Eras tour, and Taylor let Blake direct her music video for I Bet You Think About Me, even thanking her on stage at the AMAs. They were so close that Taylor was godmother to Blake and Ryan's daughters, and the couples, Blake and Ryan, Taylor and Travis Kelce, were spotted together at high-profile events like the 2024 Super Bowl. Taylor was intentional about who she let into her inner circle, and Blake was a key part of it. But It Ends With Us changed everything. Justin's lawsuit revealed a bombshell. During a 2023 meeting at Blake's New York penthouse to discuss her script changes, both Ryan and Taylor were present. Justin claimed he felt pressured by their star power, especially when Blake sent him a text referencing Taylor and Ryan as her dragons, a nod to Game of Thrones Khaleesi. The message was clear: mess with me, and you'll face my powerful friends. Justin texted back diplomatically, saying he loved her script changes and would have felt that way without Ryan and Taylor. But he later said he felt intimidated, like Blake was using her A-list allies to strong-arm him. Taylor was furious about being dragged into the mess. Her team quickly issued a statement denying any involvement in the film beyond licensing her song My Tears Ricochet for the trailer. They called the subpoena attempt by Justin's lawyers in May 2025 an unwarranted fishing expedition designed for tabloid clickbait. Taylor's camp insisted she never set foot on the set, never saw an edit, and had no role in creative decisions. But the damage was done. Sources close to Taylor told People that she felt betrayed and exploited by Blake for using her name to manipulate Justin. By May 2025, reports confirmed their friendship had halted, with Taylor keeping her distance. The blackmail allegations, a friendship's breaking point. Things got uglier when Justin's lawyer, Brian Friedman, alleged in a May 2025 court filing that Blake had tried to blackmail Taylor into publicly supporting her. According to Friedman, Blake's attorney, Michael Gottlieb, contacted Taylor's legal team, demanding a statement of support and threatening to leak private text messages of a personal nature if she didn't comply. Blake's team called the claims categorically false and moved to strike them from the court record, arguing they were irrelevant to the case. On May 15th, Judge Lewis Lyman agreed, tossing out the allegations as improper and warning Friedman about further misconduct. But the accusation lingered, and it deepened the rift between Blake and Taylor. Taylor's father, Scott Swift, stepped in to save the day. A seasoned financial advisor who'd masterminded Taylor's early career, Scott reportedly provided information to Justin's team that led them to drop the subpoena on May 22, 2025. Sources told the Daily Mail that Scott confirmed Blake's camp had indeed threatened to leak texts, sparing Taylor from a court appearance that could have exposed her private life. The move was classic Swift family strategy, protecting Taylor's carefully crafted image at all costs. But it came at a price. Taylor and Blake's friendship was on life support. The fallout, a strained marriage and a tarnished image. The drama didn't just cost Blake her friendship with Taylor. Her public image took a beating. Fans who once adored her turned on her, calling her tone-deaf and manipulative. Her and Ryan's decision to promote their brands during the It Ends With Us press tour, while Justin focused on domestic violence advocacy, made them look out of touch. Even worse, Justin released behind-the-scenes footage in January 2025 to counter Blake's harassment claims, showing a slow dance scene where both actors appeared professional. Blake's team insisted the footage backed her story, but the public wasn't buying it. Social media buzzed with comments like Blake tried to play the victim and it backfired. Ryan wasn't spared either. Justin's lawsuit alleged that Ryan had blocked him on Instagram and pressured his agent to drop him, leveraging his clout as a WME client. Some speculated Ryan was the mastermind behind Blake's aggressive moves, with one source telling Us Weekly that his control issues might have fueled the lawsuit. Travis Kelce, Taylor's boyfriend, unfollowed Ryan on Instagram, a subtle but telling sign of the shifting alliances. Blake's Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants co-stars rallied behind her, but the absence of Taylor's support spoke volumes. The legal battle rages on. By June 2025, the legal saga was far from over. Blake tried to streamline her case by dropping 2 claims of emotional distress, but Justin's team wasn't backing down. On June 9th, Judge Lyman dismissed Justin's $400 million lawsuit against Blake, Ryan, and the New York Times, which had published a damning article about his alleged smear campaign, calling it a total victory for Blake's team. But Justin's lawyers vowed to refile with new evidence, and a March 2026 trial date loomed. Most shockingly, the judge ruled that Justin could access texts between Blake and Taylor related to It Ends With Us, arguing they could prove or disprove Blake's harassment claims. Blake's team cried foul, accusing Justin of exploiting Taylor's fame to distract from his own misconduct. Where they stand now. As of July 2025, Blake is fighting to salvage her reputation. Her latest film, Another Simple Favor, premiered to positive reviews, but the shadow of It Ends With Us lingers. She's been reaching out to Taylor with texts, voicemails, and emails, begging to mend their friendship. But Taylor's silence is deafening. Sources told the New York Post that Taylor feels betrayed and has cut ties with Blake, unwilling to be pulled back into the drama. The once unbreakable bond, forged over years of shared moments, from trick-or-treating to Super Bowl hangouts, is now a casualty of Hollywood's cutthroat game. Meanwhile, Justin's team remains confident, promising more evidence that will steamroll Blake's claims. Whether Blake can rebuild her image, repair her friendship with Taylor, or come out on top in court remains to be seen. One thing's clear, It Ends With Us didn't just end with a movie, it ended friendships, reputations, and maybe even careers. The Hollywood lesson. We can't ignore this saga is a stark reminder that even the brightest stars can fall. Blake Lively's journey from Hollywood darling to embattled actress shows how quickly ambition and missteps can unravel a carefully curated life. Will she and Taylor ever reconcile? Will Justin's allegations bury her career? Or will Blake pull off a comeback? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. This drama is far from over. So what do you think? Is Blake the victim of a smear campaign, or did she dig her own grave? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Hollywood tea. Stay tuned. We'll keep you posted on every twist and turn.